Digital slavery. New World Order. The banking systems of most countries are working together to realize one major project. External conflicts, which are widely reported in the media, serve as a kind of veil that hides the true motives and interests aimed at integration and consolidation. In the shadow of these events, humanity is slowly being led to a digital trap where the limits of what is allowed are narrowing, control is increasing, and independence and freedom of choice are gradually disappearing. The project that the banks are working on involves the creation of a unified financial infrastructure covering the entire world. This infrastructure will be based on digital technologies that allow tracking every transaction, every step of users. External propaganda may tout the benefits of new technologies, such as ease of use and fraud protection, but in practice, it will lead to citizens being prevented from acting independently. There are structures in the world of finance that are rarely talked about openly, but their influence is felt by almost every person on the planet. One such structure is the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, an international organization created in 1930 to settle reparations issues after World War I. Over time, the role of the BIS has expanded considerably, and now it coordinates the activities of central banks of different countries, participates in the development of global financial standards, and plays a key role in shaping the world economic order. Walk into any U.S. bank and you'll notice how quickly the financial landscape is changing. People are increasingly turning away from cash, preferring to pay for purchases with smartphones or smart cards. At first glance, it seems like just another technological advancement, but there are deeper changes behind the process. The bank acts like an invisible conductor running the orchestra of the world economies. Its task is to make sure that all participants play to the same rhythm and quickly correct any deviations. This is why the BIS is so important. It influences central bank policy, regulates international financial flows, and helps countries cope with crises. It gets especially interesting when it comes to national digital currencies. In recent years, many countries have been actively developing their own digital currencies. For example, China has already launched a digital yuan pilot project. While it may seem like it's just a convenient way to pay for goods and services via smartphone, it's actually much more complicated than that. The main purpose of introducing a national digital currency is to increase government control over financial flows. Imagine having the ability to track every transaction of every citizen in real time. You can see who is spending money, how much, and on what. This opens up tremendous opportunities for economic and societal management. Digital currencies provide governments with powerful tools to better control economic processes. They help to fight inflation more effectively, reduce the shadow economy, and prevent money laundering. Moreover, digital currencies can be used to target social transfers, ensuring that aid is accurately distributed to those who really need it and that funds are used for their intended purpose. As far as America is concerned, talk of creating a digital dollar has been going on for a long time, and the process seems to be nearing completion. The decisions made within the walls of the BIS have a significant impact on each country's economy, as they determine the policies of central banks, including the U.S. Federal Reserve System, FRS. The FRS, in turn, sets the monetary policy of the United States by managing interest rates and regulating the size of the money supply. Thus, the actions of the BIS may seriously affect the economic situation in the country. Official reasons for launching a digital dollar include increased convenience and security. Digital currency makes payments faster and easier than traditional methods. It is also expected to reduce cash-related crimes. These innovations bring new perspectives and challenges. On the one hand, they promise to increase the stability and security of the financial system. However, there is also a flip side. The introduction of digital currencies gives the state access to a large amount of information about its citizens, which creates prerequisites for the creation of a system of total control, where every action of citizens will be monitored and analyzed. On the other hand, there is a threat of loss of privacy and freedom, as state authorities will have access to extensive data on citizens' financial transactions. If we think deeper, it becomes obvious that the main purpose of introducing digital currency is to strengthen government control over money flows. This will give the authorities significant opportunities to manage the economy and society. And here we come to the most important question. What will be the new world order based on digital currencies and total control? In this context, the Bank for International Settlements is once again in the spotlight. Whereas previously power was based on the control of natural resources and military might, now everything depends more and more on the control of information and finance. Imagine a world where each country uses its own national digital currency regulated by its own central bank. Every transaction made by citizens, whether buying goods, paying for services, or transferring between accounts, goes through a centralized system under the complete control of the BIS. This gives states unprecedented ability to react instantly to any economic change. They can monitor the behavior of their citizens in real time, analyzing every transaction they make. Any deviation from established norms or suspicious activity will immediately come to the attention of the authorities. Public authorities will be able to instantly impose new taxes, set spending limits, and even freeze accounts in case of violations of the established rules. The centralized system will allow governments not only to monitor the economic state of the country, but also to influence it by applying various mechanisms of influence. For example, if a certain group of citizens starts spending too much on luxury goods, the government can limit their purchasing power by redirecting resources to support socially important projects. In addition, thanks to a single system controlled by BIS, states will be able to easily exchange data with each other, creating a global financial monitoring network. This will prevent major financial crimes, but at the same time create conditions for complete control over all aspects of citizens' lives. This will pave the way for a global financial system where everyone will be hardwired to their digital identity. Every action you take, be it buying groceries, paying for services, or transferring money to friends, will be recorded on the blockchain. Any deviation from the norms set by the state, be it exceeding spending limits, violating tax laws, or engaging in unauthorized transactions, could result in immediate sanctions, up to and including arrest. The state will have complete control over your actions. It will decide what you are allowed to do, what resources you can and cannot dispose of, and in what amounts. Your life will be subject to strict regulations. How much is planned, you can use as much as you want. No additional income outside the official channels will not be available, and personal savings and investments will be almost impossible, as all funds will be strictly distributed. All your financial activity will be controlled and regulated from above. Complete dependence on officially received incomes is formed. Without access to them, your existence will be jeopardized. It is important to realize that the accumulation of funds will become not only difficult, but actually impossible. Everything you earn will have to be spent immediately, according to the established rules. As a result, people will find themselves in a state of constant dependence on state institutions, losing the ability to make important life decisions on their own. Independence and freedom of choice, which have always been considered fundamental values of modern society, will be minimized, giving way to total control and restrictions. The New World Order will be characterized by a high degree of centralization and control, where every action of citizens will be monitored and analyzed in real time. States will have powerful tools to manage the economy and influence the behavior of their citizens, which, on the one hand, will ensure stability and security, but on the other hand, will threaten individual freedom and privacy. This model of the future can be seen as utopian, promising stability and protection, or dystopian, threatening a total loss of privacy and freedom. The Bank for International Settlements and national digital currencies are key elements of a larger puzzle that is gradually shaping a new world picture. These institutions play an important role in coordinating global economic processes and managing national financial systems. Their development is accompanied by a rapidly changing financial landscape that affects all of us. Technology is becoming an integral part of our lives, and its impact on finance continues to grow. The development of digital currencies, the automation of banking transactions, the introduction of artificial intelligence and blockchain are all changing the way we do business and interact with money. As a result, We are witnessing the emergence of a new economic order where data and information play a crucial role. This new reality is not yet completely clear, and its contours are still taking shape. We see increasing government control over financial flows and new forms of regulation and supervision emerging. At the same time, questions are being raised about privacy and freedom of choice. How far are those at the helm of this new reality prepared to go? What measures will the authorities take to ensure security and stability, and what will be the consequences for ordinary people? The future will undoubtedly involve technology, new forms of control and governance. It will bring both new opportunities and new challenges. How exactly it will affect our lives, time will tell.